Trisha uploaded two videos about what? An hour ago. And I was watching them. I was watching them in full length. I was going to watch the first one and then go watch the second one because I wanted to hear what she had to say. And while watching the first one, I kept hearing her say us. And I was just like, who are you talking about? And I couldn't understand who she was talking about. Her fans, her family. And then I forgot. She fakes having an angry alter and now she's faking having a sad one. Remember when I talked about Terrence the T-Rex? And now she has this crying one called Bixen the Beaver. Because we're supposed to still believe she has DID.
1, 2, 3, funk it.
My darling, I love you, 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 I love you.
Let me get one thing out of the way first, and that's this. If you hate someone, you could just hate them. You don't have to send them an email basically telling them to kill themselves. I don't condone that. That's not funny. That doesn't make you cool. That doesn't get you any attention other than being a piece of shit. So that's all I got to say on that. You can hate and criticize anybody, but don't do this. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. It makes no one feel good. And on that front, it's just not necessary. Having said all that, now let's get into Trisha. Trisha's claiming that she's being bullied by the channel Disassociated DID because they made a video calling Trisha out on all her bullshit. And the problem is, DID's right. It's just unreasonable that Trisha would come out with this really bad video about having alters, and then when she gets criticized overnight the next day, she goes on a rant cursing out Anthony for about 13 minutes. And then someone got in her ear and told her, hey, this is what all these types of alters are. And she goes ahead and blames an alter on this video. And now I'm supposed to believe that she's crying and this is an alter. Let's not talk about, the 10 years she's been doing this, where she makes a controversial video, she gets called out, she is visibly angry because she's justified in saying anything, and then she cries because she got too much criticism and she can't handle it, yet she's perfectly comfortable giving people criticism and demeaning people's ideologies and lifestyles, but she can't handle it. She can't handle when people rightfully call her out, and it's really just hypocritical and weird. Both of these videos, you're crying about how you don't know what happened. You don't understand why people are criticizing you and demeaning what you say, and that every time you speak out about your story, people criticize you. No, that's not what happened. You saw a video where there was attention being brought to something really I didn't know about. I watched it and I learned something. I learned something through Anthony's video on DID. I truly did. You watched that and thought, oh, clout. And you decide to make some weird parody video where you got makeup everywhere on your body, disrespecting the entire point of Anthony's video. You get called out. You get told, hey, this is stupid. You get called out for basically demeaning the message that was trying to get put out. And what happened? You got mad, you cursed them out to the moon, and then the next day you blame it on some persona. When we've been seeing this same routine from you for 10 years. You make a controversial video, you get backlash, you get mad that people are even criticizing you. You criticize people who make videos on you. And then you cry and talk about how you get dragged, and then people leave you alone because you're crying now. No, I'm not gonna leave you alone. This game is over. This constant crying and making cloud videos and then getting angry that people called you out is over. Everyone's been put on game with you. And the fact that you think you could still get away with this and then blame mental illness and now blame the fact that you have a crying persona and now an angry persona absolves you from anything? No. You're a cloud chasing hippopotamus. You're a cloud chasing hungry hippo. And the fact that you think for any shred of a second that anything you've done from the past week is acceptable, you're delusional. And the people who believe you are also delusional, because there's a message about DID that was trying to get put out there that you just said, fuck it. Care about your attempts to get people to leave you alone, and that so you can move on to making videos about being a whore, and then once you see something that catches your eyes and gets a bunch of views, you could make a video that embarrasses the whole point of the message. You get mad again, you cry again, blah, 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 blah. We're not doing that. We're not doing that this time. This time, I'm going to do you like I did Nikocado. Own up to the fact that you are doing shit for views. Own up that you're clout chasing. Own up that you just really need attention. I agree that you need attention because, boy, you're desperate. And apologize for everything. Everything. Now, there's a lot to do. 10 years worth. But I feel like if you can do it, if you can just really just sit down, whether if you go back to your old apartment or house and get on the dirty ass kitchen floor and you just say it. Just apologize and be sincere. Be real. Don't be Trisha Paytas. Don't be whatever the fuck your other YouTube name is. Be you. Don't put on an act. And maybe, just maybe, you'll get some sympathy. Maybe you'll get people who actually believe you and forgive you. Maybe not, because 10 years of you being a clout chasing hungry hippo will not really help anything, because you need to put actions behind a genuine sorry instead of deflecting and blaming everyone else. You can do it, but it's a matter of will you? Will you, Trisha?